Well, how do you know it's time to dump him? We've got some red flags about unhealthy relationships this morning, and my guest is Patrick Wanis. Did I get it right?
You did.
I practiced. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, first of all, I have to say I was a little shocked that a man was going to come here and tell me when it was time to dump him. do you
I'm just
get
out here to help. I'm out here to help.
Exactly. How exactly did you decide to get involved and come up with these red flags and sort of become a voice for women?
That's an interesting. No one's ever asked that question, and that's
Thank you
That
very
is
much.
an interesting question because at age 15, I was picking up psychology books about trying to understand women. So I think something weird happened at that age, and then I went on to study human behavior, relationships, communication, the power of the mind, hypnosis, neuro-linguistic programming, and behavioral sciences.
Okay, we all have, unfortunately, we all have a friend or we know somebody that is in a really bad relationship.
And sometimes it's us, too.
And sometimes it's us.
Okay.
But not me, of course.
No.
No, I'm kidding. But, you know, you just, everybody knows somebody. And no matter how much you try, and you just can't communicate with that person that what's happening is not good. So what are the red flags that we should be looking for ourselves and maybe try and help ourselves if nobody else can help us?
And some of these are so obvious, yet we miss them. And the first and foremost is any form of abuse, be it physical, mental, or emotional.
You know, and you'd think that was just common sense, but it's not for a lot of people.
And it comes in different forms. There's verbal violence and there's emotional manipulation. Now, say there's an isolated incident where something's happened and the other person is hurt and angry and he might slap. That's very different to a beating. So you have to decide, what is that limit? Where do I stop? And I usually say, if they hit you once, they'll hit you a second time.
Absolutely. If they push you once, that doesn't mean they'll never, slug you. I mean, it's like there's
It's usually some sort of repressed anger, and they're bringing it out on you. They're going to be blaming you for their own unhappiness and issues.
Okay, so we've got other ones. Does he make you feel special?
That's the second one, because that's a key factor to determine should you be in this relationship or not. If you don't feel special, you don't belong in the relationship. Okay. Number 3 is if he's not listening, paying attention, or being with you. You know, companionship and doing things together is an important part of a healthy relationship.
Absolutely. All right, what are some other ones that we can go through real quick?
Well, the number 4th one, which is a major trap for guys, is as soon as a woman says she has some problems, we want to solve them. Whereas really she just wants us to listen, understand, and be empathetic.
That's a huge thing with most men, though.
Yeah, I know, because we want to help you.
Exactly. What can I do? How can we solve this?
Well, we see you in pain. We don't want you to be in pain. We want to help you. You know, we don't want to see you hurt and crying and sad. Number 5 is, do you know, is it obvious to you that you're prized and treasured? Does he show you, tell you, or make you feel that you are the one, Desiree, the only one? That's what you want to hear. That's what you want to know. That's what you want to feel. Okay,
and then finally, do you argue more than you laugh?
Yeah, most people miss this because they think there's going to be challenges in a relationship, yes. But sense of humor is an important factor in the longevity and the fulfillment and happiness of a relationship. You've got to have a sense of humor. You've got to laugh more than you argue.
Now, doesn't it seem that if you have a really good sense of who you are, good self-esteem, that you're not going to fall into these little traps?
That's a great point. You're exactly right, because the better you feel about yourself and the healthier you are, the healthier kind of person you're going to attract. So if you like yourself, you are never going to be the person that doesn't treat you the same way. If you respect yourself, your partner will also respect you.
Exactly. You know what? My thing is you never, ever settle for second best. You are never going to settle. I mean, that's my whole thing.
Well, you're exactly right.
I'm number one, and I better be,
And that leads to another key point for women and men to know: establish your priorities, establish your values. What do you really expect and want in a relationship? And if you know these are the top 10 things that you would never put up with, don't start dating someone that is one of those top 10 no-nos.
All right, very good. Well, we appreciate you coming in, Patrick Wanis. If folks want to, you have a book. If folks want to read your book, what's it called?
Well, What a Woman Wants and How to Give It to Her.
All right, I'll have to read that and see if I agree.
All right, thanks.
I'm kidding. All right, you can check it out at fox6.com. You can get the title and more information on this topic. All right, still ahead on Fox in the Morning, a local teacher who